Do you ever hear your life and just be like, me? That happened to me? Like, I just started tearing up a little bit, like, wow, that was my life. But thank you so much. My name is Tikea, and I'm a nurse practitioner, and also I practice as a registered nurse as well. I am a nurse by trade, but I'm an entrepreneur by passion. I love what I do. It's okay. I created Beelux. First, it started out as a med spa, and then I didn't feel connected to it. I didn't feel like that was my true passion. It just came to me to create a community for women because it was during a time where I lost both of my parents, and it was extremely challenging for me, and I felt like I had no community. You have friends, but they don't understand what you're going through because they've never been through it before, and you just feel so alone. So I created this community for women to feel like they had a place to come home to themselves. So I create healing circles where usually they're virtual on, I was about to say YouTube, but I'll talk about that later. But on Zoom, we have Zoom calls, and I like to keep them small so that we can talk and process trauma or grief, and it's a beautiful experience for the women that are a part of it. But most importantly, what I want to talk to you about today is how we can keep ourselves feeling stuck in certain situations, and especially because I've been through a lot of grief and a lot of challenges throughout that time. I kept rehearsing a story in my head, and I kept telling myself, I'm not good enough. I'll never have this. This will never happen for me. And I perpetuated that into my reality. Everything that I felt about myself, I began to live it. And so I'm here to tell you that you're able to rewrite your story. You're able to step away from what you're currently living and rewrite a better story for yourself and becoming her. And how do we do that? A lot of people don't understand what people mean when you say that, when you embody a new version of yourself. Sometimes you're laying in bed, and as she was stating, you have flight of thought. Your mind is racing. Again, you repeat those same stories to yourself. I'm not good enough. That is literally your nervous system in overdrive. That's what therapists call a downward spiral. It's negativity. You feel closed off. There's no receiving of anything. You pray, and you feel like nothing's coming in. And I like to express to people that when you're speaking to God, He communicates through feeling. He feels our feelings, and that's how He gives to us. So let me explain that to you. So a lot of us pray, and we're like, God, I want a new job, I want a new car, I want this and I want that. But your feelings, you feel like, I'm never gonna get that. I can't get that. And that's the feeling, the emotion that you send out into the universe. And that's what God hears. And that's what's gonna keep coming back to you. So in creating Beelux, I like to sit down with women and express to them that they're bigger than who they think they are. God created us in His image. And what that means is we are big, bright, beautiful balls of energy and light where we can do all things. There's no limits to what we can do. So I'm here to tell you that if you ever feel like you're in a corner, you feel like you're not growing, you feel like you have no clear vision of what you want out of this life, I created the self-love journal because I believe in journaling. Journaling is so important. There's sections in the journal for brain dumping, and for me that really helps. Sometimes we feel like our brains are super cloudy and we can't process. We're nervous all the time. We're stuck in anxiety, telling ourselves the same stories over and over and over and over, and we feel like we can't get out of it. I'm here to tell you that there's a better way for you. Try journaling, try a healing circle, and To find out the information for that, you can scan the QR code on the table and it'll tell you all of the events that we have and what we have to offer. I also created an ebook called Self-Love Through the Storm, and that ebook was created after I processed all of my grief. Still hard, of course, because you never get over losing your parents. You never get over a lot of the traumas that you experience. Not only did I lose my parents, but I've lost so many family members since then. So being able to stand before you and just express myself to you and tell you all of the things that I've gone through, and I'm standing here as a living testimony that you can do and be anything that you want to be. I felt stuck for so long. My parents died 6 years ago, and I felt stuck for so long. I felt like I was in a box that I couldn't grow out of. And look at me now. You know, I'm not perfect, but I wake up every day and I choose to be the version of myself that I know I deserve to be. So visit me over at my table and scan the QR code and you'll see everything that I have on the website. And if you ever have time or you're available, you should come through and see what we offer at our events. We have live events, as I stated, and I think the next one is coming up in a few months. So if you're interested, go ahead and scan the QR code. It was so nice speaking with you. Thank you for your time.
Ms. Bowers, thank you so very much.